What if everything you've been told about happiness is wrong? Most people spend their entire lives chasing happiness. They chase money. They chase success. They chase status. They chase the perfect life. But here's a question. If happiness comes from having more, then why are so many successful people still unhappy? And why do some people with very little seem genuinely fulfilled? The answer reveals one of the biggest misconceptions about human life. From childhood, we're taught a simple formula. Get good grades, get a good job, buy a nice house, find the perfect partner, and then you'll finally be happy. It sounds logical, but reality doesn't work that way. Think about a time when you worked incredibly hard for something. Maybe an exam, promotion, a goal you've wanted for months. You sacrificed your time. You stayed disciplined. You imagined how amazing life would feel once you achieved it. And finally, you succeeded. For a moment, it felt incredible. You felt excited, proud, victorious, like everything was finally coming together. But then something strange happened. A few days later, or maybe a few weeks later, that excitement started fading. And suddenly your mind created a new target. Better grades, a better job, more money, a bigger achievement. Without realizing it, you started chasing again. This is how many people spend their entire lives. Running faster and faster. Always believing happiness exists somewhere ahead. Always thinking, I'll be happy when I reach the next milestone. But the finish line keeps moving, and happiness keeps slipping away. Here's the untold truth. Happiness is not something you achieve. It's something your brain experiences. And your brain has a fascinating design flaw. Imagine receiving a gift you've wanted for years. The excitement feels powerful. The same thing happens with almost everything we desire. Think about your first smartphone. Remember how exciting it felt? You probably checked it every few minutes. You were proud of it. But today, it's just another object in your pocket. That's not because the phone changed. Your brain changed. Psychologists call this phenomenon Hedonic Adaptation. In simple words, humans quickly adapt to positive changes. A new car becomes a normal car. A new house becomes your regular house. More money becomes your usual income. Even major achievements eventually become part of everyday life. The excitement rises, and then returns to normal, again and again. But there's another hidden reason happiness disappears. Comparison. Human beings naturally compare themselves to others. Imagine being happy with your home. Then suddenly your neighbor buys a bigger one. Nothing about your house changed. Yet somehow it feels less valuable. Why? Because comparison changes perception. And social media has made this problem even worse. Every day, millions of people scroll through highlight reels, luxury vacations, perfect relationships, dream lifestyles, success stories. What we often forget is that we're comparing our everyday reality to someone else's carefully selected best moments. It's a comparison nobody can win. Consider person A. They earn a huge salary. They own expensive things. People admire their success, but they constantly worry. They constantly compare, and they never feel satisfied. Despite having more, they feel stressed and emotionally exhausted. Now consider person B. They may earn less. Their life isn't perfect, but they appreciate simple moments, family dinners, meaningful conversations, sunsets, friendships. They're often the people who have learned to value what they already have. This doesn't mean you should stop chasing goals. Goals matter, growth matters, ambition matters, but happiness cannot depend entirely on future achievements. If it does, you'll spend your entire life waiting. The healthiest approach is simple. Build your future, but don't forget to enjoy your present. Work toward your dreams, but appreciate today's blessings. Keep moving forward, but don't postpone happiness until you arrive. Because life isn't only about reaching destinations. It's also about experiencing the journey. So what is the untold truth of happiness? Happiness is not a destination. It's a skill of gratitude, a skill of presence. A skill of appreciating what already exists. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is, I'll be happy when. The biggest truth is, you become happier when you learn to appreciate the life you're already living. Because some of the things you have today were once the things you dreamed about. So stop chasing happiness as if it's hiding somewhere in the future. Sometimes, it's been quietly waiting in the present all along.